Yeah. All right. Here we go.
Nice. Welcome to Jason and Hassan's Thoughts, episode, believe it or not, 96. Sneak in a couple. Welcome, Hassan. So good to see you, my friend, as always.
Likewise. And Jason, before we begin, I loved what you shared earlier this week on, or was it last week on? It was your Wednesday wisdoms on not I have to, but I get to.
Mm-hmm.
Like that. It was such a great perspective moment for me because I'm in the thick of it with work and family life and everything, and it's easy to get caught up with, oh man, like I wish I didn't have to, or hey, this is so much. But when you have the switch of, hey, I get to be busy with work right now, I get to be busy with my family, it gives that perspective of, and some people don't have it like that right now, and so just that level of gratitude and perspective shifting. So thank you for that, Jason's thought.
Well, I can't take credit for it for sure. I saw it, I think a friend sent it to me, or I saw it on a reel or something like that on Instagram, and it this caught me off guard a little bit because this guy was kind of more of a muscle builder type of guy, and but it was like, whoa, this is deep. And I've been kind of training with a friend of mine virtually. We're trying to get into better health, and I introduced that to him, and so we've been talking about it. And it's like, even when I'm working out, I'm just like, I get to sweat like profusely. I get to be in pain. I get to push myself. I get to get up at 6 a.m. Because some people don't have that, and some people aren't around anymore to experience these things. So I try to. It helped me to shift my gears and how I think about things a lot. So I'm glad you liked it.
Absolutely. I'm certain many of the people who did see it did enjoy it as well.
Yeah, well, I hope so. I I got 77 subscribers now, and I appreciate them. And if I hope they got to see it. If not, that's okay. It's there. But even if I always say, if one person saw it, and it sounds like you did, so that makes me happy. That's all that matters.
We should start monetizing this, Jason. We should start getting ads in here. Before we begin, thanks to our subscriber, Jason's Protein.
I'd like to
not made in this
actually. Yeah. So today you had a cool topic, and I'll let you introduce it, and I'm excited to unpack it with you today.
Absolutely. Well, as we all know, we're in August right now, and that's typically as soon as the first long weekend of August, depending on where you are in Canada. That's often that wake up of, oh my God, my days of summer are numbered. Albeit you have until September 20th of summertime, but September you're in fall mode. Even though it's summer heat, you're not like the perception has shifted. So when those crunch time happens, you start to see, oh man, people went to Europe this summer, people did this and this. How can I make the most of my essentially 3 to 2 weeks? How do I make the most of this? And I wanted to kind of have your thoughts on how do you capture the moments of summer, and what do those moments look like for you? Like, everybody has different perceptions on summer. If you are a person that drives in Ontario traffic, it means construction. If you're if you're a snowplower, then it's the worst season for you, right? Like, everybody has a different perception on what summer means to them. So I'd love to know, what does summer mean to you? And if you had 1 week of summer left, what would you do to capture those moments?
Well, this is a good topic, because I certainly love all seasons, but with summer, to me, it's always about getting out in the great outdoors, right? We live in a beautiful country of Canada, and massive, and so much to explore. So for me, this summer, it's just like, okay, how can I maximize the sunshine, the trees, the mountains, the forest, the lakes, all that kind of thing? So I tend to even if it's just a weekend and it's maybe not vacation time, but it's a weekend, I try to at least get out for a hike while you have that nice radiant heat. The sun, the UV is hitting your skin, and it's just like it's so revitalizing. So for me, that's definitely one thing I love to do. And the second is exploring the great outdoors and camping. Right, I know it's not for everyone, but I love being out in the forest, just sitting in a chair, staring at trees, watching the breeze, blowing the trees around, and again enjoying that sunshine. Doesn't need to be on a lake, doesn't need to be in the ocean or by the ocean. Just love that. And then you have get-togethers with friends, or come camping with you, around the fire, the s'mores. That to me is a beautiful moment and a beautiful way to capture summer. What about you?
That's beautiful, man. And you know what? So many identical synergies. I mean, I love what you said about Canada being such a beautiful country, because it is.
Yeah.
It's such a like I was born in Saudi Arabia. Now, albeit it's not all deserts. They have buildings and roads. Like, it is, it's a bit developed. But you're not seeing the greenery and the forests that you're seeing here. Like people go sandboarding, for example, or like they'll go to the desert dunes. Like, that's the beauty of the desert. But over here, I feel like I have so much more open to me. Yeah. If I want open waters, if I want flatlands, if I want to go like see a mountain or a hill, or like, what I mean? There's so much more open to me. And to me, summer, I have like very specific like 5 checklists. I want to have a fire at least once. I want to be on the water at least once, whether it's on a boat or a kayak. What is it? I want to get into like one like evening outdoor event, whether it's fireworks, whether it's like playing outside in the evening, but one evening moment there, one barbecue, like that just has to happen at least once. And oh my god, I'm blanking on my 5th, and it's gonna bother me. Oh, one like summer movie, like one summer blockbuster movie day. And so,
that's so cool.
To me, if I hit those 5 things, my summer was complete.
I love that. Actually, I didn't even think about it. Like, some of those things, right? Absolutely are a summertime theme, right? And so simple, but it is like, it's a ringing bell of, it's summertime, right? Like the blockbuster. I just realized I've gone to see 2 of the last 3 big blockbusters, and literally in the last week, and it's totally a summer thing, right? It's like, you're gonna have some really, really action-packed films, generally speaking, in the summertime. So I like those. And the barbecue.
I remember the summer Top Gun Maverick came out. Like, my dad is a huge Top Gun guy, so I kid you, we saw it 4 times that summer, and then he bought it on like DVD. I didn't feel like they're still making those. I'm like, where are you gonna play this, man?
What are you gonna play this in? Is the real question, for sure.
Like, and luckily my Xbox plays it, but I was like, let me just buy it on like a streaming service, and we'll just keep it there.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's for me, Jason, it's like summer has like these numbers of days, right? Like, it kind of depends when summer begins for you. Like, for me, May 2-4 weekend is like the start of summer, and the last week of August is summer. And for me, it's crazy. Winter ends after January 1st in my mind. So winter has like the shortest season. I'm ready for spring. But like, even though there's all these days in between, I'm like, if I can hit these 5 things, my heart feels full. That, man, even though I worked this summer, even though there's a lot of chores, everything that deviates you from these things, like, if I can do them at least once, then my summer has been made whole. And like, for you mentioned some of these outdoorsy things. Now, let's say you've got 1 week of summer left, and let's say you haven't done any of these things. How do you capture those moments, and why are those moments important to you?
If I didn't capture it, I think I still go to, like, my default's always going to be camping, right? Because it actually can encapsulate a lot of those other things, especially in today's technology world. And part of that, it's not so much now, but there used to be, when I was, a lot younger, in my 20s, it used to be on the Friday. It was like you had to rush to the campsite to get the campsite. There was no reservations. So it was almost this buildup of excitement and like, ooh, we got to get the perfect one, like, versus I needed to book it 6 months ago and you're flat out of luck, like it's done. But that, even though that we're not it's not built like that anymore, there's all these reservations and stuff like that, I still have that same feeling, that excitement of like, I gotta get the perfect spot. Like, yeah, I booked it now and it's reserved, but I driving there is just like, the tunes are pumping, the windows are down, even though I got AC, I got the windows down, the sunroof open, blaring the music, the shades are on. I'm on my way to a campsite where, regardless of what actually happens there, I know I'm going to have a good weekend, and from there it's just all joy.
Wow, that's beautiful. And why do these moments make you feel so whole that your summer's been captured? Why is camping so important to you? Why is the moment of sunglasses on, windows down, feeling the breeze, why is that important to you?
To me, the nature grounds me. It's like, I don't want to say I'm one with the trees, but it gives you a moment where you're just like, you don't have screens all around you. You don't have big city lights at night. You don't have sirens and everything else going on, and honking horns and people's alarms going off. Even a quiet neighborhood, there's different sounds that trigger you to say you're in a neighborhood, you're in a city. And when you get outdoors, it's just like, it gives you perspective on, like, I'm pretty small and my time on earth is going to be from A to Z, and here's an opportunity for me just to be part of nature, like just absorb it in that, because your time goes slower, right? When you're camping, it's just like, you're not on your phone, you're not really doing much a lot of the times, unless you're getting your dinner ready or lunch ready or whatever. And so to me, just having my feet on the gravel or the grass, just with my loved ones and friends, and tunes are always pumping, not too loud, that just grounds me, like it revitalizes me. So even if it's like a couple days camping, nobody sleeps really well at camping overnight. I literally can live off of 2 hours of sleep because I'm so relaxed, just chill. So yeah, it really brings me down a notch and chills me out.
Wow, that's beautiful. I love that.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. And I like chopping wood, although I pretty much just do propane fires now, but I love the outdoors. I love setting up. You get your campsite and you're like, oh, it's gonna rain and storm this weekend, so now I gotta set up my tarp. And it's like, okay, strategically, how am I gonna set this up? What happens if it rains? Do we got the right angle? Where's the the water gonna land? And so I get to be a little bit of a Boy Scout as well, which I always love too.
I love the firewood component of it. I love hunting for that, but I know for a fact at some point I will get to your stage and it's up. I went backcountry camping with my brother-in-law a few years back, and I was in Frontenac. It was beautiful, and I'm gonna live off this land. And it was like, it was my first time ever going to a site where there's no electricity or even running water. And I drank my water supply when I got there. Like, by the time I reached my site, my water was gone. I was like, oh, God, help me. And I was like, oh, I'm going to chop some trees in this area, and I'm going to find some wood. I've seen this done in movies, but, like, it's not dead wood. The wood is, like, there's so much moisture, it's not catching.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why is this happening? And the fire was so dimly lit, and I'm like, this is not what I was expecting it to look like. We just went to bed. And a beautiful part was I got my hand in some poison ivy because I dropped something in there. I'm like, oh yeah, here's a bush. And then so you have these illusions, like, oh man, camping is gonna be so gorgeous, and it was. Yeah. And then this was also the side of it that came with it too.
That makes it memorable, though. That camping is always gonna have some memorable moments for sure.
I remember when it was a high school prom time. like my mom and dad gave me an option. So you can go to prom or you can go camping with your friends. And me and a
Mm.
couple of wrestlers got together. And said, you know what, like we don't have dates, and like we didn't have dates
Mm.
because we were us, and so we look back, it's like had we altered personalities just a little bit, we would have had dates. So we're like,
Yeah.
oh man, only losers go to prom. Well, let's go
Yeah.
camping. It's like, who wants to go with a beautiful girl dancing when 6 dudes can share a tent? Like, you know, like, so I remember that was my first camping experience. And like you said, no one's really sleeping. The guys got rowdy, and one of my buddies, like I'm still best friends with this day, he thought it'd be hilarious to kick our tent down at 2 a.m. And he did it twice. He did it at 2, and then he did it at 4, and then he just like went to bed at 6. And I'm like, are you kidding me? So,
Oh my.
but albeit so memorable.
Yeah. That's
Can't have that at prom.
Yeah, well, that's one way to have prom. That's for sure. I like I like that mindset too. What a stupid prom. Yeah.
I find this with human nature. Whenever you're done doing something, you create these like things. Oh, you know what? It's actually it's good for that activity that I'm not participating. I mean, who wants to go skydiving?
Yeah. Right.
Oh, so
Yeah.
now I guess the other component is that you mentioned like you know in your summer list, you mentioned camping, you mentioned the fire, you mentioned like the music.
Yep.
Can as a family do this one thing? This will make our whole summer. Like, what would that one thing be?
As a family, you said?
Yeah.
I, my kids are older, so that dynamic is certainly changed. I think probably the biggest thing that I love about our family is that kicks off our summer. That really does make it like go time. Let's go enjoy. Is Canada Day, because it actually encompasses a lot of the things off your list. But we invite a lot of our family. My wife's family is massive, so can't get them all. But at least with our kids, they stick around, and generally we have kind of a potluck barbecue. Everybody around the fire. Everybody's outside. We've got large Connect Four, and
nice.
Where we live, where I live is just down that path is a free concert. So it's a whole day event, but then at night they do a free concert, and so all of a sudden all of us go over to the concert, and mostly I bring this up because it was just Karen and the kids and I normally, and a couple family or whatever, but starting to grow from there. But then we go over there, listen to the concert for free, just grab our camping chairs, and away we go over there. And then after the concert's over, there's fireworks, right? And I think,
Wow.
It's like, so you have this, community or this family event, and then it gets leveled up by a free concert, and then it gets the cherry on top is this beautiful fireworks. And then it's like, it's now summer, like get it, right? So I always enjoy and appreciate that. We've gone to many different parliaments where they have fireworks, Victoria, Greater Victoria, Edmonton, now we live in Spruce Grove, and they have a really cool thing that they do. So and it always involves music and fireworks, so I love that. It's fun times.
There's nothing like a beautiful outdoor concert, and what's cool is just seeing community members get together. I find sure it doesn't really matter how good or bad the band is, but just being in the environment of everybody around feels like such a summery moment. Because I find it's the one season that you can't really, like when you look at fall, sure, like there's hikes and stuff and people are enjoying, but it feels very like Thanksgiving is that specific family event that you're doing. Christmas, your specific family. Sure, you're seeing people shopping around, and the vibes are good. But I find summer is such a community collaborative moment that you're interacting with people in ways you can't really do it in the other seasons.
I like
which
that.
I recalled I went to the East Coast to see my best friend this summer, and
Yeah.
Canada Days my summer is Canada Day weekend. Like
Mm-hmm.
if I hit that, then my summer's complete. And
Mm.
fortunately, I did everything I wanted to do there. We when I got to the airport, it was 11:30 p.m. and Enterprise guy was so exhausted. I'm like, hey, you got anything fun for me? He's like, dude, here's a Mustang, just go. Like, just go. Here's a Mustang. Enjoy your trip. I'm like, yes. So we had a convertible Mustang, and me and my best friend, like we've been friends since high school, and that was our goal was to get a convertible Mustang in high school.
Oh.
So I'm like, what a great like. So I'm driving, and he lives 2 hours from Halifax. Now, for those of you who've never driven out east, there's no lights on the highways, so it's dark. My phone died halfway through, and I've never been to his house before, and there's still 2 hours to go. So it's like 1:30, and I was able to get my phone powered up, and I kind of had to do old school map quest. I'm like, okay, I gotta look for this exit thing in here, and it's gonna be 3 lefts, and it should be there. And fortunately, I got really close, and then was able to charge my phone up again to get it sorted. But
Wow.
in that Canada Day moment, we went and had fireworks in his neighborhood, and he's in a small town, but 5 small towns came together in one field to do fireworks.
Oh,
And
cool.
over here in Toronto, like in this area, we'll have like Mississauga or maybe Phillips Square, where like it's a bigger community
Yeah.
thing. But
Yeah.
it was my first time doing it in a small area. But the one thing I loved, Jason, wasn't the fireworks. It was obviously being with my best friend, but it was a Canadian moment where everybody's in their lawn chairs. You're hearing couples holding hands, older, younger. You're seeing families with kids, and Canadians and people just being together.
That's true.
And like night sky, stars are out, and fireworks are going. And I feel like that's the moment of summer. It's like when you're just experiencing everybody just being, and I love what you said earlier about camping grounding you because your phone's away. Like there's moments where you want to record things and capture those summer moments, right? And sometimes it's like you see someone's story, they're in Europe, you're like, well, my summer is shit because here I am, right?
Yes.
I am fixing the shed. Like that's what I'm doing. I am not in Prague,
Yeah, no doubt.
But when you have those moments that make you put your phone down, man, that's the summerness right there. I can't tell you how many times I look back at my phone and I'm like, man, like, what did I do this summer? My photos are very finite.
Yeah.
It's maybe one meal, maybe one this or this. But when I look back and reflect, I'm like, man, there's something the camera couldn't capture.
Nice.
And
yeah, that's a beautiful way to capture that, and funny that we both obviously enjoyed that, but you're right, like it is community. You're all there for pride. Everybody's got a different story. There's but you're all connected and experiencing this all together, and I think in most cases it's pretty peaceful and pretty enjoyable and pretty I think grateful and gratitude to live where we live. And I haven't seen any fights break out on the Canada Day that I'm aware of, not where I've been at least, so that's a good thing, right? Peace.
Maybe 4th of July, depending where you are.
Oh yeah, that'd be a lot different for sure, no question about
it. There's another component that I was thinking about. Oh, this is the beauty of this podcast, guys. It's one take and one go.
Yeah, that's
Never
all it
scripted.
works.
This is you know what? It's gonna come back to me. It'll come back to me later. Now, where do I want to? I want to ask you something very specific. If you had to capture summer in a beverage, what would that beverage be?
I got a good one for you. I don't drink much anymore for sure, but in this case, a nice blonde ale beer with raspberries. Fresh raspberries. And
like in the drink or to the side?
In the drink. So you got an open glass. And I just taught my daughter this the other day, and so you throw the raspberries in, and you leave the raspberries until the very end, and then you eat the raspberries with the beer. Any light beer will really do. Corona, you name it. Blonde ale is my favorite. And the raspberries with the beer That to me is summer in a drink.
Oh my
So
God.
you gotta try.
My summer will be incomplete until I do this.
There
I'm
you
ready
go.
for this
So
for this weekend.
I like that question though. What about you? What's yours? I'm really intrigued to know.
You know what? It's gonna be so lame. A Corona Zero. Like for me,
Mm,
just a Corona in the sun is just like that to me is summer. Like I
that,
find like a Guinness is a good wintry sort
oh,
of like
yeah.
beverage, but
Yeah.
like the
Yeah.
Coronas, it's whether it's a Corona on the beach, whether it's a
Yep.
Corona like on like a hike or whatever, like it's that to
Yep.
me. If you have a sunny day with a sun brew, like you've made summer.
Yeah. That used to be my mom's favorite too. She would camp and she'd be out on the beach and she had her nice cold Coronas. She
Oh,
didn't
good
need
lordy.
anything else. So I'm with you on that one. That is, you can't be beat. That's the bottom line with the Corona.
Now, what's your favorite summer dessert?
Ooh, I got this one for you too. I was in Banff. Weren't quite in summer yet, but went to this really rickety old, like archaic, like probably 150-year-old. It was a bar, and it was converted into a Mexican restaurant, and it's now I'm hooked. We had a great meal, but I was hooked on key lime pie. But
Interesting.
it was just like a little mason jar, and they had a little granola in the bottom, and then or graham cracker, and then the key lime and the little whipping cream on top. So crisp, so fresh, so light, which is really what I was worried about was the lightness, but that's it for me. That I've been hooked on it ever since. So.
I love pie joints like that, man. Like, there
Mm-hmm.
used to be this one spot. You know, it used to be Chuck's Roadhouse, and Chuck's, I hope you're listening to this. They used to have a coconut cream pie with like the base, again, the graham cracker base and everything. It used to be $5 for a beautiful, like it was a big piece of pie, and
Wow.
they just discontinued it. And then like, oh yeah, like I'm like, why? You know what I mean? Like pies are just I
Yeah.
get you, man. Those are great summer thing. My mother-in-law introduced me to strawberry shortcake in the
Oh
summer,
yeah.
and I've never
Yeah.
had that before. And
Really? Oh.
in my entire life, just never came my way.
Yeah.
And we just had it one day with a Costco potato salad, and just had some
Love
just
that.
some of those things. And now I
Yeah.
can't get that out of my head as a summer dessert.
Mm. That's a good one. I definitely align with you on that one. Good choice. Good choice.
Now, I guess Jason, to get your final go on this, like,
Yeah.
what makes summer special? You love all the seasons, but
Yep.
what does summer? Why is it special to you? What's special about summer and its specialness out of the four seasons?
I think, well, like, obviously, not everybody loves the sun, but I feel like the sun, you know, is a big component of it. Not just like to tan or anything like that, but for me, when you close your eyes and you just have the sun hitting your face, it's almost like a battery charging. Like I can feel it. And it just is so powerful. It also reminds me, like, wow, that thing is literally a flaming planet right up there, and I'm feeling the heat. That's what I'm feeling, is the heat of this flame. That's the scary side of it, but that really is amazing. The other part is the get-togethers, right? Like it's whether it's just going out to a car show, or going out with some friends and you go to some restaurant and you're out on the patio having your food. There's so much direction on maximizing your summer, but a lot of the times it's with others, right? It's like, oh, gotta go see this person, let's go camping together, let's go come on over for a barbecue, or let's go play some sports, so let's go do a round of golf. Like, it's very I think everybody's a lot of the times in the mindset of like, make time, right? To connect with people again. In the winter, like, I live in Alberta, so it's freaking cold. We're all hibernating. So in the winter, you're not thinking about that connection. You're like, when is summer or spring so I can get outside again? And so I think summer is really beautiful in that way, that because everybody's kind of in that same, I believe everybody's kind of in that same mindset that I want to be outside. I want to be connecting with my friends and my family. Want to do events. I want to just enjoy. And so that's where I think it's really beautiful and special.
I love that. I love that so much.
Mm-hmm.
The moments.
Yeah, it goes so fast, but you got to do the glass half full, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, right now, my wife keeps on saying, "Oh, it's like almost over," and I'm like, "No, no, no. We we need to say we're halfway there yet. We still got to the end of September. You just got to maximize those weekends while we still have them, and then when the first snowfall drops, then I'll say summer was over. Hopefully in October."
In Ontario, it's been such a weird time, Jason, because it's like the summer's been so many like heat waves and
Yeah.
Lord knows what. So I find like with every season, it's like I have like an expectation versus reality. Like with the fall, I think that's the one season that's always met my expectations. It's like the weather's been where I need it to be. Like the farm activities have been what they're meant to be. But the summer and winter, I'm like, man, I'm gonna go ice skating. Like extreme freeze alert. Not getting out of the house. The summer extreme heat alert. When you mentioned like the sun in your face, like this is where we have some cultural differences. My people believe in siestas and like sleeping when like the sun is out there. Like you're recharging out there, I'm recharging in here. And my wife hates it. I'm like, listen, like in the Middle East, in Pakistan, anywhere you go, like people are napping in the day. Like we're night owls. Like if you ever live in a neighborhood with a lot of South Asians, like clockwork, elders, children will be out in the evening. It'll be like 9, 10 p.m. and they're going to the parks there and they're playing cricket. And like it all takes place in the evening because that's how it is over there when the sun's out. And that's why when I started camping and doing these things, my dad's like, listen, like we grew up in poverty. I don't need to like be reminded of not having a bed to sleep on or having a roof. Like don't put me through this scenario. I'm like, Dad, camping's different. It's beautiful. It's outdoors. Like, we're outdoors too, buddy. Like don't try that on me. So
we choose to do this,
Exactly. We have the freedom to do it. So I find the Canadian experience, Canadian summer can only exist outdoors, really. But no, man. Honestly, it's the summer is wrapping up rather quick, and I know. Do you have any regrets or moments where you're like, crap, I worked a bit too much this summer, or I wish I could have taken just a little step back? Do you have maybe not regrets, but reflections on if I had to do the summer again, would you have done it the same way, or what would you have changed?
Well, I tend to I tend to use most of my vacation time up in summer, but this year I backloaded it, and in some regard I wish I front loaded it, meaning I took a little bit of time off at the beginning of July to kind of kick it off, but I should have extended that, give it a good 2-week run. I like to take 2 weeks off, because then you kind of know what you're going to get. And instead I've kind of backloaded it, which has me kind of sitting, waiting to get to there. And, the expectations are higher because the timeline is very short. You're like, oh boy, like I got to make the most of this vacation. So, but work was really, really busy in the summer. And so, I did have my head down and I was a bit exhausted. So I probably didn't get out as much as I wanted to, through the rest of the time, right? When I was working, and in the evenings, I was not maximizing it as much either. But my biggest regret would be not front loading it. Like kick the summer off with a big bang, leave work behind for a couple weeks if you can do it, and really, really enjoy. And that way you don't have any regrets. You're like, boom, I already, like you said, like kick off Canada Day, really enjoy that time, and then the rest is just, it feels like bonus, right? If you really hit it strong at the beginning.
I love what you said about the 2 weeks component of it, and also like if you front load instead of back load it, because to your point, imagine just missing all of it, just waiting for the last 2 weeks of August. I did that 2 years ago when we were at the source together. We had a family cruise booked, so I'll just do it then.
Yeah.
And I was going through hell in the like from May until August because everyone's going on vacay. I'm like, God,
Yeah.
what am I doing? But before Q4 started, I was on a cruise ship. I'm like, yes, this feels so earned. Enjoy this,
Yes.
guys. So, but
Yeah.
I love the component of the 2 weeks. The way we did it this year was I had 1 week with my wife and 1 week with my friend, and
Oh,
like that's
okay.
how we situated it. But my heart felt so full in like
Yeah.
that July space that I'll be, man, I could, like, to your point, in August felt like gravy, and like whatever
Yeah.
we get, whether it's a farm event here. A bit like before you and I connected, I saw my buddy I haven't seen in like a couple of months. We just went to Chick-fil-A and just drove with the window down
Nice.
just because we could. Like it was just those moments.
Yeah.
I'll end off on
Agreed.
this question, Jason. Let's say you had one day to make the most of summer.
Yep.
And like, let's say you've been in a scenario where you don't have any vacation, you have no more vacation days because you're saving them for Christmas, and it's like that last day or weekend of Christmas. Like, what do you do to make the most of it there?
In summer?
Yeah.
One day only. Okay. To me, I would really like to do like a big giant hike on a mountain with an
Ooh,
amazing view at the top, right?
wow.
Just, you know, it doesn't matter, 6 hour, 8 hour hike, whatever it may be, just so that I was up there for the sunset as well. We're not talking this to be real, because then coming back down 8 hours in the dark would probably be scary. But just getting, enjoying the forest, enjoying the views, get to the top, experience like, a sunset is like fireworks just naturally, and I think that would be a beautiful top off, because you kind of push yourself and strive for something, and then you get to the top of the mountain, then you can celebrate that this was an amazing summer. Even if the rest was crap, that moment could be your summer as well.
Wow, that's beautiful.
Hmm. How about you? I gotta hear from you first.
Honestly, if I had one day left of summer, and if it's like I kind of had everything I could possibly do in that day, I would try to kayak in the water at least
Ooh.
once, in a
Yeah.
local pond or whatever, and just even for
Yeah.
an hour,
Yeah.
have a family barbecue and one fire in the evening. And like that to me would just like I've made my summer. It was
Beautiful.
last year we had this moment where me and my family, we didn't really plan the barbecue, and I got like three older sisters. They're all married with kids, and they'll live 7 minutes away from each other.
Yeah.
And I just got the barbecue fired up, and I just sent it in our WhatsApp chat, like, "Hey guys, like I'm doing the barbecue." And within an hour, everyone just kind of showed up, and we just kind of did
Love
a
that.
thing. And they just
Love
whatever's
it.
in their freezers they brought, and we just had like this mixed match of meals of like whatever people had.
That's beautiful.
And my sisters had a speaker, and the kids were playing, and it was like, wow, like my moment has been made, and it's just doing that thing outdoors. So the summer,
Beautiful.
I guess if I had to share the sentiment, it's summer isn't really about the days, it's about the moments. Like
Beautiful.
for Christmas, I feel like there's varied days, right? Like you have Black Friday, Christmas Day, Christmas Eve. Like there's
Yeah.
traditions around there. But for
That's
summer,
true.
it's like
It's true.
there's just one or two moments is all you need to make X amount of days feel like, man, that was worth it. Like I don't have to remember every single 120 days of summer. If I can remember 3 or 4 moments, if you're lucky, five. If you're lucky to get all
Yeah.
five, then get them.
Yeah.
Get them
Yeah.
while you can. But
That's
yeah, if anyone's listening to this, I hope for you guys, if you haven't had your moment, find out what that moment is and get it before August 31st.
I love that. That's a really cool perspective. Good note to end on, for sure.
Well, Jason, thank you for this time and for
Thank you,
inviting
as
me
always.
back. And episode 96, our New Year's resolution to goal of getting to 100 is we're close.
It's coming. It's coming.
Yeah. How do
Yeah.
you feel about from where we started to where we are now, like with New Year's goals and stuff? Do you feel like you've achieved some of the goals this summer? Is there anything you can do to ramp up for where your goals were?
Yeah. Oh, I'm checking them off left, right, and center. So keep going, keep running it, and I'll be there with 3 months to spare probably.
Amazing. Well, looking
Awesome.
forward to that recap video when we get there. And
Yeah, absolutely.
thank you, Jason.
Thank you, Hassan. Always a pleasure, my friend, and can't wait for our next chat.
Take care.
You too.